I think the health is good. How do we see live questions? I believe we are live. Are we live? I don't know.
It says 0 viewers.
Oh, it looks like we are live. Are we live?
I think we're live.
I think we are live. Indeed, we are live. Yep. And yes. All right. Cool. So welcome to the first edition of BuzzFeed Unsolved Post Mortem. We're going to be answering questions about past episodes. We could talk about the most recent episode or any burning desires or questions you've always had for us. What do you want to see in the future? To start off, we always get asked, is there going to be a new season of BuzzFeed Unsolved True Crime? Yes, there is. It's going to come after Supernatural is done. It's going to be 10 episodes weekly, one every week on Fridays at 3 p.m. Pacific time. And if you want to catch new episodes of Supernatural, 3 p.m. Pacific time every Friday. We're going to have a really good one tomorrow. I'm excited about the
tomorrow's it's a real barn burner.
Okay.
All right.
All right, let's get started with the questions. Ready to go?
Yeah.
The big guy's fired up.
Oh, I got some juicy ones loaded up.
Okay.
Let's see here. Ryan, Becking's Dwarf asks, what's your process for research for these videos?
Well, back in the day, it used to just be me searching the internet like a crazy person, and then I would just broadcast all of my little manifestos out onto the internet without any warning. But now it's a combination of me and our research team to make sure what I'm saying is actually factual. So now it's like a happy medium of my crazy with their actual factual basis.
And I tend to know nothing about these. You do all of the research, all of the work, because by nature, I have to go into these blind.
Yeah, I want your special opinions to be very special on camera.
So because of that, you do a ton of work.
Yeah.
And then when it's time to shoot, I just show up and listen to a fun story.
And then you just show up and be your normal goofy self.
Just be a jerk about everything.
Okay, cool. Let's try and get one from the live stream here. Well, that is moving at light speed.
It's really popping.
Okay. Oh boy.
Stop it, Brian.
I can't stop it. I don't know how to stop it. All right, let's go to the side.
Okay, we'll go to one over here.
This one comes from Hunt Craft. Do you like waffles?
Yeah, I love waffles. I think they're better than pancakes.
Agreed.
Okay.
Wow.
Next.
Agreed.
We do agree on that.
That's crazy.
Ryan, what's your favorite unsolved episode? This is from Sabina Kim.
Let's see. I'd have to say it's the long one. 3 horrifying cases of ghosts and demons. That was a lot of fun. We got to go to a lot of cool places. We went to a Mexican island where we almost died and got eaten by spiders. Yeah, I mean, what's your favorite?
That's probably also one of my favorites just because of how horrified you were in the Sally house. I've never seen a human being. I don't even think the video really gives it justice because you looked like you were going to pass out. You ran out of the house. You were screaming.
In my defense, that place was horrifying. It smelled terrible.
Smelled like
there was just this fog of, it almost felt like you just passed through like a veil of fog when you entered the house. Like it was just a very uneasy feeling from the moment I walked in. I felt like I was being watched. I will never return, ever.
I will also say that tomorrow's episode is one of my other favorites.
Yeah, tomorrow's episode is quite horrifying.
There's another moment in that where you are so horrified. It's really wonderful.
I think tomorrow's episode is going to, like in the Sally house, there was a polarizing moment with the flashlight. A lot of people wondering whether or not that was the presence of a demon or if it was just a coincidence. I'm on the side that it was a demon. In tomorrow's episode, there's another moment like that. It's not the flashlight, but there is a moment that's going to divide the audience, I think, of whether or not we experience something paranormal.
If you're like me, you'll think it's kind of a stupid coincidence. If you're like Ryan, oh boy.
We're not going to start this now, but it's going to, I'm excited.
Speaking of all that, Grace Evans asks, how much of the production is fake or over-exaggerated?
None.
None.
Which I take pride in because I don't want to fake anything.
Yeah, I mean, there's, you know, a lot of times we go there, it's not the most compelling evidence. It's enough to make you very scared, but
It's compelling for people who are willing to believe, but if you shut your mind off and you're just, trapped in your little box, then you won't be able to see what the truth is. And unfortunately, this guy is in that box. I feel like I'm in a box. But let's see what we got here. Okay,
find a live question.
I'm trying really hard. It's very...
Scroll up. It'll
Okay.
pause it. There you go.
Oh, here we go. Okay, let's see. When we investigate actual crimes again, we're doing true crime after we do supernatural.
10 whole episodes.
It's going to be sweet.
Back to the murder. You can hear all the grisly murder details. It'll be real fun for you.
Okay, let's see what we got here. Oh, favorite NFL team, Chargers. I don't know. I thought I'd answer that
I'm not
one.
a sports guy.
You don't like sports. You don't like the football, right?
I don't know much about it. I know they do a lot of kicks.
Okay. They do a lot of kicks. Let's see here. Here, maybe cue up
Yeah,
there. And I'll look for you.
Gillian789. I don't know where she's from. Is that from Instagram?
That's from my Instagram.
That's from your gram.
Yeah, that's a
Would
great
you
question.
ever use a Ouija board on a BuzzFeed Unsolved episode? I've been pushing for this.
I'm torn on that because that to me is the most classic way to invite something in, and I don't like doing that. But I think in the name of science,
I think we ought to.
We should. I just am scared of what will happen when we have an open forum with another thing and this guy's at the controls. That scares me because I don't know what he's going to ask. He's probably going to ask something ridiculous like he normally does, like pull my bones out of my skin or something dumb like that, whatever comes out of his
One of
hand.
these days we'll get him to do something.
Yeah, one of these days it's going to launch you into the ceiling and it's going to be the happiest day of my life.
While you're still looking, Kat Novak asks, Ryan, how does it feel being the hotter one?
Good. It feels good.
Cool. All right. What else? You got anything pulled up there?
Let's see here. Man, this is so tough. Okay. Will you go to Scotland for the Loch Ness Monster? And that comes from Carrie Ann Sutherland. What do you think about the Loch Ness Monster?
So, I think the Bigfoot episode demonstrates that I have a little more respect for cryptozoological things because I think...
Before we even get into the Loch Ness Monster, why do you believe in Bigfoot and not ghosts?
Because Bigfoot is at least... it's confined to the rules of physics. It's like
How is that?
It's a physical being.
How do you... There's no proof that it's a physical being. There's no pictures.
Well, it's not... No one's like, oh, it's...
Or there's pictures, but they haven't been proven to be real.
Right. But I'm just saying, conceptually, a ghost is outside of our realm of... It's weird energy, and people are like, no, we don't even know the science of ghosts.
And Bigfoot isn't outside of our realm of
Bigfoot
reality?
would be an animal. It's an animal.
Well,
So Loch Ness, I don't
think that makes sense.
have
but
a lot of faith in, but I do actually suspect that Champ might be real in Lake Champlain.
Perhaps.
We'll find. I mean, I don't know if we'll ever do that. But.
Do you think either, this comes from, hold on, where I lost it.
Do you believe in Loch Ness?
Oh, here's a good one. This one comes from Brian Pack. I don't care. Loch Ness, you know what? I'm of the mindset where I will not say anything is impossible. Like, I feel like there's a small margin that something could be possible out there. It's hard for me to definitively say that's not a real thing because you never know. I think there's a lot of things in the world that we don't know about yet, and there's a lot to discover, so I'm unprepared to say no to anything. Here comes, this one is from, oh boy, it was from, well, Brian Pack asked about the noise that we heard in Whaley House, the whisper. What do you think about that?
Did we hear a whisper?
When I was sitting in the lockdown room under Yankee Jr.
Okay, so I think when you conveniently
I'd
feel
like to
and
watch
hear
him wiggle out of this
a
one.
lot of things when you're alone.
Oh yeah, because it didn't get caught on video, right?
Well, I also think you're just a bundle of nerves. If
That's true.
like, I think you're hearing things and seeing things that maybe aren't there. You seem like a person who jumps to conclusions a lot.
You know what doesn't jump to conclusions?
What's that?
Hard evidence, things caught on tape. And guess what? The whisper got caught on tape.
It got caught on
So
tape.
what's your answer to that?
I don't know. It could just be a clothes moving.
Clothes
It really could. There's so many tiny noises that you're like, Ryan will, when he's editing these episodes
Oh my
or
God.
anytime he's combing through footage
No.
for EVPs, like, put these headphones on and listen to this. I got it this time. And it just sounds like someone's like keys rattling.
No.
I
No.
guess.
No.
And I think, frankly, I think that harms the integrity of the show and these investigations. And
No, it does not. I'm trying to save the integrity of the show by actually searching out evidence in a scientific manner. You're the one that's like,
a funny way of
oh, it's a clown farting in the closet. Like, that makes no sense in context of what we heard.
All right, we should move on. Ryan, what would you do with the holy water you carry sometimes if you encounter a ghost or demon? What's the plan of attack? This is from Infinite 4.
Infinite 4. Is that an Instagram question?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, what would you actually do with your holy water?
Glad you asked.
Drink it?
No, I wouldn't drink it. That's not what you do.
You put it in a little spritz bottle.
Yeah, I could put it in a little spray bottle. But I think what I would do is I'd just, kind of like, dab it on them. I would throw it at them. You could weaponize holy water in a situation when you're in a bind. Like
you know what you should do? You know how gardeners have like those little backpacks with like a spray?
Oh, that they use to, just
get a ton of holy water, go to a priest who has a lot of free time, have them bless it all.
10 gallons of holy water so I could walk in there like a Ghostbuster.
Yeah.
No, I think that's something I use when I'm backed into a corner by something that's darker, maybe like an entity, and I need to protect myself. I could use it and maybe, just sprinkle it on them and they back off because that's something that they don't want to mess with. No response from him. All right.
Yeah, I don't care about holy water.
Well, you're not borrowing any mine then when we get into a bind. One day you'll beg me for it, I feel like.
Hydru28 asks, what happened to Brent?
We don't want to talk about that.
We should talk about that.
The investigation's ongoing.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, here's a good one. Kathy Lay? Can you guys sleep after doing these series episodes?
That's interesting because it's almost kind of like the question of, do things follow us back when we do these episodes? And the answer to that is yes, I think.
Yeah, he does think that.
That stupid grin. Basically, just a little story here.
This is so funny.
Yeah, this is an actual thing that happened.
I know, I love it.
Yeah, I was sleeping one night, and this is after the Sally house, and this is probably why I'm so scared of that house. This was it was like a couple days after, and this happened repeatedly for the next 2 to 3 weeks. I would wake up in the middle of the night to just the loudest whispering in my ear. Like, it was so loud I felt like I was dreaming. And a lot of times I would wake up in the middle of the night, and my girlfriend, who was sleeping next to me, she said I would wake up screaming. And one night, apparently, I looked at her and said, "Oh my God, your face is covered in blood." And she was like, "No, my face isn't covered in blood." It's not. She went over, turned on the light, and of course, alas, her face was not covered in blood. But those, and I heard like creaks and weird noises around my house. And I went eventually to like a priest to get myself blessed again because I didn't want to deal with that. And lo and behold, nothing happened after that. So I don't know. I think something followed me back. Something was messing with my head. Shane thinks I was just going insane. Also possible, but you know how it goes.
I sleep great after these episodes.
I'm sure you sleep like
great
a baby.
during the episodes. Has anything, this is from Awkward Child, has anything scary happened off camera? I don't think so. We're rolling most of the time we're at these places.
Oh, no, at the Sally house, we didn't get this on camera. The kitchen fridge opened by itself. Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah.
And I was so sad that we didn't get that on camera because that was before anything had actually happened. So I was already like, oh my God, I'm very scared, but there was no context for why I was that scared other than the fact that I fear ghosts. And that was really a bummer, but
it's a hungry ghost looking for a little late night snack.
Well, I mean, if you remember in that story, the guy was going to get orange juice.
He dropped his orange juice.
He dropped his orange juice.
Oh,
exactly.
God. The only other thing that's really off camera is Ryan's his damning evidence of ghosts from his first time on the Queen Mary when the toothpaste. Are we going to argue about the toothpaste? I would like to argue about that because Ryan had allegedly lost that tape, and for so long he had told me, "I have this incredible tape. I had it. I had this tape on the Queen Mary of toothpaste." Flying off the shelf.
Okay, wait a second.
And hit the wall. And I was like, wow, he's had that on tape. That really would be incredible. And then he found the tape. And I think you've all seen what that tape is. It's really...
That was memory bias. I was so scared in the moment that I was remembering it a certain way. And in fact, it didn't get flung across the room. It got flung up.
So you're saying we can't really trust your eyes and ears and memory?
perhaps you can't trust anybody's eyes, ears, and memory. But when
But
you have it on
yours-
tape, and we do have it on tape, it gets flung upward and then goes down.
Mhm.
And also, what you forgot to tell about that story is when I loaded the footage into my computer crashed, and that's why I thought I lost the footage.
There's a ghost in the machine.
The ghost in the machine, sure. Let's see what we got here. Where we got? Maybe go to another one while I try and
Oh,
navigate
sure.
this.
What do we got here? After visiting the places, do you get rid of the clothes or wash them after getting back?
Who asked that?
Jaffer Talib.
Jaffer Talib. Jaffer Talib on Instagram, right? Yeah,
I think I washed my Spider Island clothes quite.
I think that was for different reasons.
Yeah,
It's
like they were covered in spiders.
yeah, they were. We actually had to literally shake off all of our clothes because there were spiders possibly in them, and all of our gear. It was really gross. But I wash my clothes, and I've always thought about that. Will my clothes have like spiritual artifacts left on them from these places? Yeah, I've always been worried about that. I wonder if laundry detergent is enough to get that out.
There are everyone who kind of sits around us at BuzzFeed. A good portion of them do believe in the supernatural and seem to be concerned about the welfare of our souls because they occasionally will sage our desks.
Yeah,
chairs.
When we got back from most of our trips,
Yeah.
Kirsten King, one of the people in our office, saged both of us. I appreciated that. Shane looked.
I appreciated it. It's a nice gesture. Smelled nice.
I mean, look at it this way. Even if it isn't real, what's it going to hurt to possibly protect yourself? Okay, you can't take anything seriously.
3 minutes. Let's do 3 more minutes.
3 more minutes. Okay. What else we got here? I'm seeing a lot of suggestions of places we should go, and we've already done them. They're coming up in the season, so
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
It is fun when people suggest stuff, and we're already on top of it. Tomorrow's episode is a lot of fun, though. The place we go to tomorrow is one of the few places I'm not afraid of ghosts, but the building is so imposing and so horrifying.
It is the most objectively horrifying visual location we've ever been to on this show. I don't think anything's going to top it. Then again, I'll probably regret that. But
we could top it.
It's pretty freaking scary. I don't know, man. Let's see. Maybe queue up another one because I'm very
I got
bad
one
at
here.
navigating this.
What? Okay, so Bosom 195. So demons, I kind of get it, but how do you not believe in ghosts but believe in Bigfoot? I'm not entirely convinced. For all I know, he was once a baby abandoned in the woods long ago that happened to turn into a big hairy man walking around. Oh, I don't. Look, no, we don't need to pick apart Bigfoot.
What is with this weird?
We'll get him one day.
Is it because you actually are part of Bigfoot? Is this why you feel like he's part of your kin?
That is not true.
It seems like it. You seem very protective of old Foot.
No, he's an animal.
Yellow Sim asks why some houses are haunted but others aren't.
That's a good question.
That is a good question. I have my theory of why. Okay, here we go. But I think the reason why ghosts exist in general is because they were something that they had to finish, or something that was perhaps unsolved, or maybe there was a right they needed to a wrong they needed to right, and that's why they're left over, because they're just something they had to do before they could move on.
Like Swayze and Ghost.
Yep, like Patrick Swayze in Ghosts. A movie. What decade is that from?
I don't know.
Okay, it's a timely reference right there. But
so good.
Oh my god.
All right, let's do one more question.
All right, should we? How about one more live and one more from there?
Okay.
I'll queue one up. Let's see.
Let's see. What will it take for me to believe in demons and ghosts? I'd like to see something with my own eyes in the room that we're in. I'd like to see Ryan get thrown at the ceiling.
What about you getting launched?
I'd like to get strangled by a demon or have my bones broken. Some bruises, some scratches, anything at all. I'd like to see a book fly off a shelf and give me a concussion.
Jesus.
That's why I'm so antagonistic with the demons, is I want to really provoke them.
Shane once told me he wants his last words to be keep rolling.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, one more here. Let's see. Let's see. Blah, blah, blah. Oh man, I am so bad at navigating this chat.
Come on, Ryan, pick a zinger. This is the grand finale.
Let's see. What? Okay, here we go. Do you ever have to do anything to have the flashlight turn on and off? That comes from Stefan Deneau.
Hotly contested, this flashlight thing. A lot of ghost hunters use it. They just move a mag light to the very point between on and off, and they set it down, and they go, "Oh, demon, are you there?" And nothing happens, and then they ask it 100th time, and then it turns on conveniently, and everyone says, "Wow, we've done it. We found demons." And Ryan gets scared. Looks like he's going to pass out, runs out of the house.
Interesting spin on that.
Yeah.
So you think the reason why it only happens in spurts is because it's just coincidence and it's just waiting for it to happen. I think that suggests that there is now something in the room. Just like if you were to talk to an empty room and no other human was there, no one would answer, only an answer would come when someone walks in the room. That's just simple common sense there to me. So when something responds to our flashlight requests intelligently, consistently, in a period of time.
Intelligently?
Like if
the most they can do is like a Mr. Ed hoof stomp. It's like yes or no.
Just killing it with a timely reference.
But he actually talks. It's less than Mr. Ed. He's a talking horse.
Well, I'm just saying that when something answers on time, consistently over a period of time, that suggests that there's something with this.
And there you have it. All right.
I think that's it.
Oh yeah.
But we now have a BuzzFeed Unsolved Facebook page, so go follow that. There'll be a lot of cool stuff on there. I think we're gonna have maybe some sneak peeks, maybe some like behind the scenes stuff, unseen clips, a lot of good things. We're gonna try and do these. I don't know how often we're gonna do them, these question and answer things, but we'll announce it on our Instagrams and Twitters and
all those things,
all social things. And on the BuzzFeed Unsolved Facebook page. So follow that. And then, yeah, is that it?
Yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for your questions. Enjoy tomorrow's episode. It's a doozy.
Yeah, thanks for putting up with us. And hope you guys like tomorrow's episode. It's really awesome. Woo. Cool. Now, how do I end this thing?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Because I had such a hard time figuring out how to do
masterful.
Start. Stop broadcasting. All right, ta-ta.